Imagine you lived in the 1800s, you would be scared of this guy. Ancient folklores have always been full of scary stories of sea monsters, and one of the oldest of these is the sea snake. Forget the kraken, this guy was massive. In Norse folklore, the serpent grew so big that it could wrap all the way around the world and grasp its own tail in its mouth. It's even mentioned in the Bible's Old Testament with a battle between God and the dragon of the sea. Early maps drew sea monsters and wrote the phrase "here be dragons" to warn people of unexplored or dangerous areas of the sea. The sea serpent wasn't just folklore, there were real sightings too. In 1734, a Norwegian priest was travelling on the Davis Strait. He describes a sea monster rise so high up above the top sail of their boat. It had a long snout, it blew like a whale, had large flappers and a lower body like a snake. Nowadays we think he might have seen a giant squid, which is really rare to see because they live so deep in the ocean. There was another sighting in 1845 off southwest Africa, where sailors said they saw a huge serpent gliding through the water at a high speed of 12 to 14 miles an hour. Nowadays we're pretty sure that they saw a sei whale, which you can definitely see from this image because it does look a little bit like a serpent. You have to remember, in stormy seas and generally it's quite hard to see what's going on underneath the waves, and if you've got all these maps and people telling you that there are sea monsters, it leads you to believe that there actually are. More recently, biologists think that they could have maybe seen these oarfish, which do grow really long, up to 11 meters long. They float on the surface as well, so they look very similar to a snake sliding on the surface of the water. It's worth noting that we used to have more and bigger fish in the ocean before human impact. Since the 1990s, scientists have observed how fish are getting smaller and maturing earlier, which means that not all of their eggs survive. Oceans used to be teeming with life, and now animals are shrinking. It's not totally sure of all of this impact, if it's warming oceans, overfishing and pollution, but maybe it's not the sea serpents who are the real monsters.